Hey guys, Gretchen's Vegan Bakery with a really cool idea for this Valentine's Day. Engagements happen on Valentine's Day more than any other day of the year, so why not make that engagement party extra special with a 100% edible engagement ring box? It's a cake topper, or it can be given as an edible gift with the real ring inside. First, you will need the Wilton Jewelry silicone mold for making the sugar diamonds, and a candy thermometer too, since you're going to have to cook the sugar to 300 degrees Fahrenheit exactly. You will also need some Ghirardelli chocolate squares to make the actual box, and other than that, you will need a recipe of your favorite vanilla cake colored light pink for the insert that goes into the ring box. So let's get started right away. It is definitely easier to just watch how I did it, so here we go. First, to make the sugar diamonds, and all you need is sugar, water, and glucose syrup, or corn syrup as we call it here in the US. You will cook it all together to 300 degrees Fahrenheit using a candy thermometer. Now be sure not to stir the solution after it has come up to a boil, or you're going to have major sugar crystals. That's probably the #1 fail for most people when they're cooking sugar for the first time. And be very careful with this stuff. It is no fun to get 300 degree Fahrenheit sugar syrup on your skin. You literally will not have any skin left if you get it on you. So please be very careful. Once it comes to temperature, you're going to pour it into a heat-proof pyrex glass with a spout, and then just let it cool for just about a minute or two. Then you can start pouring it into the mold. Now, you're going to have a lot more than you need, of course, since if you're only making one box, you technically only need one diamond. But just do more in case you drop one, or it doesn't come out as shapely as you liked, or you can even make some lollipops out of the extra. But be sure to save a little bit of this sugar solution, since we will need it to glue the diamond on top of the fondant ring later. Once they cool completely, they're going to pop right out of that mold. Next, to make the ring, and you will need a small amount of fondant mixed with Tylose powder. Tylose powder allows fondant to dry hard. Roll it out to about 1/8 of an inch thick, and then cut it out to the size of a realistic ring. I then mixed some luster dust with vodka and painted the ring silver. I later decided that I liked gold better, as you'll see in a minute, so really whichever color that you want your ring to be, it's your option. Now, I made this little prop to allow it to dry, and that also helped me to get the diamond on top. I did have to rewarm that sugar solution slightly, and then it just glued right on there. I also made an extra ring for me. Cute, right? Of course, it's a kitty cat paw. Alright, next to make the box, and we're really almost there. The bottom part of the box is pretty self-explanatory by just gluing the 4 sides onto a base square, but for the lid you will have to cut the squares to fit, as you see that I'm doing here. Now be sure that you're using tempered chocolate or a non-tempering chocolate, and I use the King David brand. Again, all the links are below in the written blog post at gretchensveganbakery.com. And I also have a video on how to temper chocolate if you can't get the non-tempering one, and you could watch that video at the end of this one. I'll link to that one as well. Now, if you have a square cookie cutter like I do, that's great. It really helps to get a more exact cut on your cupcake. But if not, just eye it for the size. You're going to just cut it to fit inside that box. Then take the ring, or better yet, another mock ring, so that you don't mess up the gold luster on the real one that you made. You have to make the cut for where the ring is going to fit inside the box. I then did some delicate piping around the rough edges of the box, and now to get the lid glued on. With a long skewer that I inserted into some styrofoam, I was able to rig up a perfect contraption. Don't forget, I'm MacGyver in the kitchen, guys, so whatever you have that works, just go for it. Reinforce it with some more chocolate piping, and then once it is completely set, you can pretty up the rest of the edges with some more delicate piping. Insert the ring, and you may have to touch up the luster on it from your fingers, but otherwise you're done. Now go get married. Just make sure he or she is vegan. Alright guys, I hope you liked this video tutorial. It was crazy to try to film all of this with the detail and the different camera angles, but I think I got the point across. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it to whoever you think might like it. That definitely helps the channel out. And also don't forget to head on over to GretchensVeganBakery.com to grab the recipes, and you'll find all the links to the tools that I'm using here in this video over there as well. And if possible, please consider joining my other fabulous patrons on Patreon so that I can continue making quality videos here on YouTube. As always, a great big thank you to all of you who are helping to offset the cost of making these videos, as well as just everyone for checking me out here and watching. Alright guys, stay tuned for more Valentine's recipes coming soon, and until then, happy vegan baking. Bye for now.